Play a game.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Welcome to my world, bitch.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end. Heidi ho.
When you're down here with me, you belong there!
Like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Friday the 14th podcast. I am the bad guy, Nick H.
The H is silent.
Oh, yeah, the H side.
And I'm the other guy, Mr. Fuentes. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? If y'all can't tell, I'm wearing a jacket because my house doesn't have very good insulation, and it's cold in Texas right now.
I'm blessed enough to live in a place where the outside doesn't get really cold in here. It's just right. So right now I'm kind of sweaty.
Damn, he got the heater on.
I don't think I got the heater. Nah, feels like a heater. That heater's on. So today, this episode was really recommended by Juan.
Juan
from Cinema Movie Podcast.
The one and only.
From UHD.
The real one?
The real one, the recurring guest on Friday the 14th. Unfortunately, it's sold out where he's from, so unfortunately, he's not going to be on the stream. I started to probably start crying.
Oh.
Oh, man. But, I mean, today we'll be reviewing Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022.
Right after Tuesday, where it was
February the 22nd.
22 of 22 on a Tuesday.
What'd you do at 2:22 p.m.?
2:22, I was probably working.
Oh, what about a.m.?
I was probably sleeping.
Damn. Stupid. Let's see. Is there anything else you want to fill in the time with? You just want to get right into the... Hey, whoa. None of that.
Sorry. No, I mean, I did definitely... I don't know if I really have much to talk about. Besides, I'm going to start trying to do some gaming streaming. I did one last week for American McGee's Alice. And that was pretty fun. I had someone that was on there like being actively engaged with me the whole time, which was pretty cool. I think I'm going to make Thursdays around 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. my regular scheduled program. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'll be on playing Alice again, and tomorrow I'll be facing one of the bosses, which is the Duchess. So that should be pretty interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice. Whenever your stream started, I think I was at Best Buy, and then when I was trying to watch the stream on my phone, the connection was like really slow. It's like, well, I guess I'm just gonna wait till I get back home, and then when I got back home, the stream was already ending. I was like,
yeah, I saw your last comment. I was like, what'd you say? They didn't catch you? And it was like, yeah, just like Andrew Garfield didn't catch Gwen Stacy.
I was like, yeah. I was like, damn, Andrew Garfield didn't catch you.
Oh, yeah.
Because you fell down. I was like, oh.
Yeah. That was a bitch of a level. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna like get through this real quick because I'm just probably gonna die a bunch trying to get through it. That's a really crappy little section to try to get through.
I was gonna message something else in the comment section. I would like on the area where you're attacking one of the guys and you kept repeatedly saying "F you, F you." I was like, man, that should be like a preset like audio thing. Whenever you do attack and you do F you.
F you. Yeah. No, I'm just spelling my first two initials of my name. F you.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, let's get into this. Let's did you want to do the snaps?
The synapses. Who's getting snaps? So spoiler-free synopsis. I didn't have it pulled up.
For spoiler-free synopsis, it's another Leatherface movie.
It's not a Leatherface movie. This takes place 50 years later.
50 years after the first one, it seems like.
So 50 years later, he's now adopted. He's a good guy for the first 30, 20 minutes.
I don't know if that's a synopsis or just.
Is that the spoiler? He's good. He's a good guy, and then all hell breaks loose during the later film.
Okay, I got this.
You got a synopsis.
Yeah. A group of young teenagers are looking to start a new life in a new town. They arrive to the town where some investors are going to arrive to invest into the town where they want to build a new haven. And when they get there, they find out that one of the former citizens are still in the house that they had purchased in the town, or so they thought. And one of the sons of the lady who lived there, no, how do I say this? So they go to the town and they meet a former townsperson who did not leave their house, and accidentally causing an accident caused one of the other towns members to go on a certain kind of rampage. I think that's it.
It's a long synopsis.
Yeah, it's a little long. I didn't really know how to really break it down without spoiling anything.
The real synopsis: Leatherface returns 50 years later.
Right, that's pretty much it.
Just a straightforward synopsis. Spoiler.
Which I don't really understand, because I haven't seen the very first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is, I guess, what they're supposed to be trying to base it off of.
Yeah.
But from that assumption, Leatherface would have been a child during that time, and the Leatherface in that movie, I don't think was a child. That was a man. So I didn't really understand how that worked, but anyway. Go ahead.
Spoiler-free rating.
Spoiler-free rating. I don't know. I'm scared to give mine first.
You're scared to give yours first.
Yeah.
I think I'm sitting at a 3.
Okay, I don't feel as bad then. I gave it a 3.5.
3.5. That would have been my the generous rating. The 0.5
That would have been
extra.
your dinner. Yeah, I couldn't give it a 4, but it was enjoyable for the most part, and I'll talk about more of that in a little bit. But 3.5, I definitely don't think it was a bad movie. And maybe I'm being a little generous because I read all the reviews on Facebook before I watched it, where everyone was like, "This is trash! This is trash!" So I was like, "Oh man, this is trash." And then I watched it and I was like, "It's not as bad as everyone's making it out to be," but I don't know. Maybe they're having the same kind of issue that I had whenever I watched Halloween Kills, and I was trying to review it, and you're just like, "I think you're just expecting too much." I'm just like, maybe I am. I don't know.
Spoiler warning. Go check it out on Netflix. This is a Netflix exclusive. Can't say original because it's not original. It's exclusive.
Netflixers exclusive.
The exclusive.
Oh, no, I can't share from here. I have to, if I was going to share, I'd have to go to YouTube, right?
Go to YouTube?
Yeah, is that how I...
Well,
I was going to share this to my Facebook page, but, we can get into it.
Huh. Yeah.
But yeah, so a couple, really in the movie, I didn't really have a I didn't really, as far as like favorite scene, like there was a couple of scenes that were really cool to me, um like I don't really, like I said again, I don't really understand how the process they wanted it to seem like it was, because I don't think that person looked like he was 50 years old, which would be at least the minimum age if he was 0 years old when this happened. that that kid would have looked. So, they didn't really say it, but what I think they were trying to insinuate is that like maybe he was part of the family that they came from, maybe a younger child that was in the house or something. So after everything happened, he got adopted by this person. But I don't know if you ever heard the idea like evil ideas or evil tendencies can be like pushed down through genetics. That's like a whole movie like back in the, like I think it's called The Bad Child or The Bad Seed, like back in like the 1930s or something. There's this old movie, basically this little kid. The movie ends with like this, you see this kid who's like literally like 6 or 7 years old, has like starting to show signs of kind of being like she might be kind of twisted in the head. And then by the very, very end of the movie, she goes on like a little play date with like a kid, and they all go like walking, like running away somewhere, and she like kills this kid and pushes her off a pier and just goes back home like nothing ever happened. And then it kind of like in the background you hear the psychologist talking about how can evil be inherited through genes? And that was his theory, that it could be like a serial killer, a baby of a serial killer could have a serial killer gene, basically. Like it's never really, I guess, been proven, but that's kind of like the idea. But I mean, it makes sense. But anyway, I don't know if that's kind of what they were trying to point to in this movie, but then they also kind of had scenes where like he broke down the wall, and then there was a chainsaw hiding, so it kind of like, it almost was like he put that side of him behind him and sealed away all of his stuff, but then it was there for him to access if he ever needed it again for some reason. But I forgot where I was going with this. But anyway, well, two of my favorite scenes are some of my favorite scenes and some of my favorite like parts, I guess. Where there's some of the dialogue where the guy was like, "Are y'all a cult?" And he's like, "We are idealistic individuals who want to build a better world." And then he was like, "Yeah, that's a cult." That was pretty funny. And then whenever Leatherface got onto the bus and everyone pulls their phones out like immediately, I thought that was pretty funny because that's like a real interpretation of our world at this point. And then the guy was like, "Hey, we're trying to get you canceled, bro." That didn't end well for any of them. I like in this movie that like Leatherface, I guess maybe we could talk about this. I've never really seen a lot of the other Texas Chainsaw Massacres besides the one we already watched, which may be one of the reasons I kind of gave this movie a higher rating, is because I've never really seen any of the other Texas Chainsaw Massacres. So I don't know how good or bad they were either, or for the most part. But in most of these types of movies with, I want to say like Michael Myers type or Jason type villains, I kind of put Leatherface in that like same category. They're kind of like really, really strong, but they're really like not very fast when it comes to like moving around and stuff like that. But this Leatherface in this movie was like super quick to react to like everything that was happening. Like he made split decisions to like get out of the way of harm or like go after like somebody, which basically made it almost impossible for anyone to really have a like to react or know what to do, because as soon as he like saw someone and he knew he was about to be in danger, he was like, all right, well, I gotta go fuck up this guy now. So that's what I'm gonna go do. And, like, he didn't even hesitate or do anything, to try to avoid, like, he didn't really avoid conflict. Like, he came straight for it. And I just thought it was really cool. Like, it was really fast, too. Like, just the way he reacted in his way. Like, you could obviously see that he was a smart guy. Like, he wasn't a slow character, which I thought was really cool, that they kind of made him like almost like a smart villain in a sense, that he was able to even trick the girl around the end, where he like put the chainsaw in the corner so she would like think it was over there, and then he could attack her from a different area. It was pretty smart in general. They always kind of make Leatherface too seem like he might be like not all there as well. And this one seemed like he was all there. Like, it was all, he knew exactly what he was doing, and he was very, very attuned to like what's going on. I don't know, but what's your, I don't know if you have anything to say on that, but that's kind of how my take on this Leatherface was.
Well, as far as this Leatherface, I really like, well, the guy who portrayed him, embodied the stunt guy or actor. I like his movements a lot. Just the whole how when he did that chainsaw, like in that I guess the alleyway or whatever, and you're hearing that chainsaw, the noise in the background, and she's walking towards that, and just the way he like ridiculously running all fast, like damn, this guy's supposed to be an older guy. I mean, like Michael Myers type older.
Mm-hmm.
I really did enjoy that whole scene. Just that. Then the older character from the first one, Sally, which is played by a different actress, because the original actress, she had passed away.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, when she goes to like stab Leatherface in the in the body, in the stomach, I like how just like he quickly stabs her back with his chainsaw, and then he just lifts her up and then tosses her to the side.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cool. Yeah, there's a lot of cool kills in this one. I mean, the story. I mean, it wasn't there. I think that's a little bit of like a lower, I guess, rating wise. But I think it was really just the overall kills, the look of this Leatherface, just the overall feel, the vibes. I could see a casual fan tuning into this and actually enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as seeing the rest of the series, I mean, I saw the original, I've seen the remake, the prequel, Leatherface prequel, the 3D. But there's like maybe 2 or 3 movies I haven't seen.
Well, that's what like I don't really like understand for the most part. Like, the story's a little weak, but I mean, what kind of story did you want, really? I mean, it kind of gave a full kind of like, he basically really loved his adopted mother. She died because of these people, and so they had to pay. Like, I mean, do you want another Leather story backstory? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, one of the things that I remember, one of my friends, he's kind of a cynical type of person, but they had done Spider-Man 1, The Amazing Spider-Man, and then when they came out with Tom Holland's Spider-Man for Homecoming, that was his first one. He was like, oh, another Spider-Man movie. It's going to be the same boring story. Uncle Ben dies, blah, 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 and all that. So I was like, oh, actually, they didn't really go into that part of the story in this one. They kind of just jumped into him already assimilated as kind of having the powers, which I thought was cool, like a cool idea, because, they didn't really give the backstory. But at this point in the movie or just real world, you don't need to give Peter Parker's backstory because it's already been done so many times. Like, now you could just kind of jump into it and kind of see, watch him grow from that stage and stuff like that. So, to me, it was kind of a cool take how they did it for Homecoming, where they basically kind of just jumped a little bit further into him having his power for a few months already and stuff like that. So I thought it was pretty cool, like the way they did that, because, like I said before, we already seen the story of Peter Parker. We already know how his uncle dies, and all the stuff that goes on with that story. There's no point in keep telling the story over and over again. Now just give us what we want, the action, the other parts of the story we want to see developed. And that's kind of what I think this movie did. Like it gave it just kind of jumped into it. Like, we don't need to know any more about Texas Leatherface or his background or anything. Just show us the kills, man. Just give us an excuse for him to kill. And they did. They gave him an excuse to kill, and I thought it was great. I thought they did exactly what they were supposed to do. Because there's no point in giving an origin story. It's already been done. They kind of already gave him an origin story by saying it was almost like a sequel to the first one. So they didn't really need to go on any further. Like, this is the guy who kills people and wears their faces. Like, I mean, that scene too was really cool. When he, took off his adopted mother's face and put it on, as his face. Like, that was a pretty cool scene. Kind of showing the transformation from, normal human to Leatherface, cold-blooded killer. Even though he already killed someone right before that, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
I mean, it's not really so much like an origin story. It's just kind of like if you did see the first one, and like picking up in this movie, it's very odd because, well, I mean, I don't know how to do it without giving any spoilers. It really mean why is he adopted by a person? I mean, this guy was already, like, I would assume maybe of legal age, like 18 over. Because I mean, the original movie he has I forget what roles they play. If it's his father or an uncle or just, I don't know. Like, he has another family though. It's just weird. I can't remember if they die or not because I haven't seen the original in a while. But just like how does he become a good guy, and then just the adopted part, that's still kind of throwing me off. I mean,
yeah, I mean, they could have maybe explained that part a bit better, because I think it was kind of weird that they, like I said, like, there's no way it could have been the original Leatherface. That's why I was saying, like, it must have been like a kid or something that, like, maybe got taken away from the family after all the craziness happened. That's the only way it makes sense to me. But I mean, like you said, yes, it's a confusing storyline because it doesn't really make sense if they're trying to plug in the original. Because at that point, like I said, that guy's a full-grown man. You don't just adopt a full-grown man, like you just said. Like, he should have been, like, able to go on his own or do whatever. Like, I don't know. But then I also hear, like, they didn't even talk about that either. But I've heard in real life, there's such thing as rehabilitated, murderers and people like that. People that see the light and see the wrongdoings of their doings, and someone that helps counsel them through those stuff. So I mean, maybe he was counseled and he finally, like, oh, killing's bad. I didn't know, bro. I didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. Yeah, I don't know.
that was it cornfield or the sunflower field? Whenever, like, they're taking his mother, trying to go to the hospital or whatever, and then she ends up just dying there, and then you just see the switch go off with the Leatherface, and he just straight up just kills everyone. They like how, like, he's always just cutting open his mother's face off, and then he puts it on, wears it, like he just doesn't give him a peekaboo.
Like, you what?
He was like, because when he puts a face on, you see his head pop up in the field. It looks pretty hilarious, like peekaboo.
Yeah. There was a meme that I saw of, like, Kumar from Harold and Kumar, like, taking a pee, like that scene in White Castle where he's taking a pee, and he's like, "Hey man, why are you peeing right here?" Like, never mind, I don't want to get stabbed today. And it was with Leatherface like right next to him.
Like I thought for sure maybe that the blonde girl could have survived, but no, it's like right then they're like, no, you're dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah,
think as far as
this is one of those movies where, I mean, yeah,
yeah,
as far as survivors, not very many.
that scene where Leatherface is hitting that guy with the hammer, and just smashing his head down was a pretty cool scene.
The face reveal of that of the black guy, well, like the only black guy I think, was pretty cool.
It's like, what, this guy turned into Venom?
Yeah, just like
Nah, man, the big old mouth.
hanging off, like it was pretty gruesome.
Like he like just like slow walking, like, is this guy alright or not? Hey, and then turns around. Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I do think it's kind of funny. Like, I think I like that they did this, but like I kind of get, a lot of the people that well, not a lot of people, but some of the people I'm friends with on Facebook have a political lean when they look at things, and so they were talking about like, it's kind of lame that they put their, putting their anti-gun rhetoric and stuff inside of the movie. But to me, I felt like, that's kind of the real world we live in. We do have a lot of people that are like exactly like those characters. They want a gun-free society, and they want all this stuff, and they want basically peace in the world, and they don't like guns and stuff like that. So I mean, that's just, to me, that's our reality of our world. But like, as the movie progressed, you saw like some of the main characters pick up guns and different things to defend themselves. So it's like almost kind of like them realizing that guns could be good to defend themselves, which is what a lot of people are talking about. So I kind of liked how it was almost like people looked at it as an anti-gun rhetoric. To me, it was more of a positive gun rhetoric, that yes, this is why you have guns, because there's crazy people like that guy who could come and hurt you, and you should have some kind of firearm to stop him. Obviously, people are also going to say, well, that's an extraordinary circumstance, because this was obviously, a very, I wouldn't say skilled killer, but prone to harm killer. But I mean, I just thought that was pretty funny. That was I don't want to say it was my favorite scene or a favorite, but I thought it was kind of funny. Like, it was almost like a pro-gun movie, really, when you kind of looked at it from a different perspective.
And that the gas station scene, whenever they see that the guy has a gun on him, it's like, and then she tries to make the comment. Most of us was like small dick or something like that.
Yeah. So basically, they really wanted to show that she was anti-gun. And then, you see a little bit later, why, because, girl was in a school shooting, and, she was one of the only survivors. Again. Anyway.
Okay.
I think one of my favorite kills was the last kill of the movie. I thought that was it was really fast and quick, and just quick one and done, and just like, hey bro, I got the head. Like, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, just driving off that automatic driving car on autopilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that scene, like towards the ending, whenever they think they kill him, they do like that uppercut with the chainsaw.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see a Leatherface get killed. I mean, of course he didn't, but it was like, it was one of those moments like, oh, you're gonna kill the great thing about the movie. You're gonna try to kill him off, or tease kill him off. He must be a good swimmer, or like he knows how to hold his breath for a long time. Then, so he was just sinking out, just a bunch of bubbles going out.
I did like kind of notice like some similarities that I think they like took from other movies, like whenever Sally came onto the scene and she was gonna go like face off against Leatherface, it gave real Halloween vibes, like Laurie trying to kill Michael. You know, like we got to get this done. This has to happen.
Get this done.
We got to kill my brother. I mean Leatherface. And then I thought, the scene where the girl pulls out the AR was pretty dope, even though she couldn't figure out how to work it. And then the chainsaw scene, the one you were just talking about the uppercut, it kind of gave me real Doom vibes. You ever played the game Doom?
No, I never played it.
You never played Doom? It's pretty cool. But and Doom, there's basically you get a chainsaw, and in Doom, the chainsaw is like one of the most powerful weapons in the game. Like you can kill a monster in one swoop. And I don't know, just the way she looked, like holding the chainsaw, just like, oh man, this is like Doom right here. It was pretty cool. I thought those are both pretty cool scenes.
Yeah, the whole thing with Sally. I mean, that was kind of when people were like, I guess, trailer reacting or seeing trailers, or just their initial thoughts. The whole Sally thing, like, there's copying Halloween. To an extent, they did copy it, but I mean, at least they didn't go full on like all this. I mean, she was kind of, in a sense, she was waiting that many years, but at least she was, in law enforcement, in the
Law
it's like a
enforcement.
cop. Yeah.
I think she was like a Texas Ranger or something like that.
And that part of it was a little bit interesting. Instead of just being like, just being
Like a random.
Yeah, just doing the Laurie Strode like training, practicing in her backyard. But I mean, at least she wasn't just wasting all her years just doing that. She's doing something else.
Yeah, it is really interesting too. I'm very curious to see, because I think the next this next movie coming out is Halloween Ends, right?
Halloween Ends.
Like, so I'm really interested in how they're gonna actually finally put to rest Michael Myers.
Oh, Mike Myers ain't gonna be put to rest. Laurie Strode's gonna be put to rest. I mean,
Maybe both of them.
the whole idea was, I mean, it's supposed to be a boogeyman. You can't kill the boogeyman. That's John Carpenter wanted to end the first Halloween. He wasn't planning on doing any sequels. He was kind of just pushed to making a sequel, or so I mean, it would make sense to end the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he doesn't die.
I mean, legends never die, man.
Legends never die. Yeah. What did you think about that scene when Sally's like just telling him like, "Oh, you remember my friends, killing my friends," and all that. And then he's just there looking at her, and he gave me like, he was like, he looked like a puppy dog, and he just giving her puppy dog the face, like, oh, like you're just getting after your animal.
That scene
like,
was really really weird. Like, I don't know. I didn't really understand the scene. Like, I understand it, but I don't understand it. Like, I understand it in the sense of, like, she wanted him to know why she was there to kill him, even though he's obviously already killed and did all these things. Like, there's no reason to, like, it would be different. You see those types of scenes in movies where, like, somebody turns a new leaf or something, but they did something bad back in the day, and then somebody comes to, like, come kill them, and you're like, you know why I'm here, right? And they're like, yeah, for the bad stuff I did in the past. Good. even though they changed the leaf or whatever, became a better person in society or however you want to say it. But like in this movie, like this guy was back at it again, back at killing again. And she like almost gave him another chance. Like if she would have ended it right then and there, that would have been the end of the movie. And again, like sometimes, I think about scenes like that and like it could have been written better, but every time I see scenes like that, I'm just like, well, they needed to let that happen so the movie can continue, like so the movie can keep going, But they could have wrote a better, blending scene or something into it, but that just isn't what happened.
It was giving me Thanos vibes. I don't really know who you are. You took everything from me. He's like,
right?
You're old news. I'm not even after you anymore.
But yeah, I mean that was one of, I guess we're gonna start getting into dislikes. That was one of my dislikes, is that they had like this big Sally build up, like she was gonna come and be like this really big badass, and she didn't do shit basically.
Just like Tommy Doyle in Halloween Kills.
Oh yeah, basically, you feel like they're gonna be this big badass, and they just don't do shit, and it's just like, man, like what was the whole point of that build up? Like, and it's almost like comical too, because you're like, you see this really old lady, and you're just like, what is this old lady gonna do really? Like, she's gonna pull out her guns? Is she gonna be a master freaking like marksman or something? And she's just gonna boom, boom, like, man, she didn't do any of that shit. Instead, she just let Leatherface run straight at her with the chainsaw while he shot at him, missed, and then got like skewered and pushed into the air. Like, it is like, it just was a really, really dumb build-up. Like, I don't know, like I hate build-ups like that. I see why people do. I see why like directors do it, because they want to mislead you. Obviously, they want you to think what's gonna happen, and then when it finally comes to that part, it's like, oh, that didn't really happen. We tricked you. But it's just like, but why? Why are you gonna trick me like that? Like, why are you gonna let me think that something like that's gonna happen, and then it just nothing happens with it? Like, I don't know. But that was one of my beefs was
She's got that one stab, that was it. Or
yeah,
I think she might have shot him a couple of times, or she
did shoot him a few times, and it doesn't matter. Just guys like this, guys like, and that's actually one of my plot hole notes, is that like there isn't really any plot holes besides Leatherface is your usual slightly more superhuman killer. He's not invulnerable of dying, I'm assuming is how they want it to seem, but he could get shot multiple times and keep moving like nothing happened. So I mean, just like a Michael Myers type of killer. So there's another Michael Myers similar, or Halloween similarity with this Leatherface as well. I mean, what, even the Leatherface in that one movie, the other Leatherface movie we reviewed, when he chopped off his own arm or something, or he got his arm sliced off and he just kind of laid there and just chilled.
Oh, and when Jessica Biel, she cuts his hand on it, and just like, or when that part still cracks me up whenever he trips over the barbed wire fence.
But
yeah, I feel like everyone who likes that 2003 movie, everyone kind of hopes for like a sequel to that movie. We got a prequel to it, but not a sequel to the 2003 movie, Texas Massacre.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's a prequel to that specific movie?
Yeah, it came like 2006, I believe.
Another dislike I had was like, not really dislike, just more of I guess it was an observation that I didn't like, but I understand it, is that like, whenever there's something like this that happens, because it even happens in real life, you got one guy with a chainsaw and you had a bus of like 20 people. They could have easily rushed this guy and did something, but instead, they all just kind of tried to run away or go into the backside of the bus while he went one by one, killing everybody. He literally killed everybody on that bus except for like the two main characters. Everyone died.
That kill where he that girl's against the bus and then the guy's on top of her and he just like he's using the chainsaw right through him. So oh shit. And then
Yeah, the one where
like-
she's trying to climb out the window.
also that one
He
just
gets her.
body
that
gets
was
cut in
pretty-
half.
That was pretty gruesome. And then just like all the blood that's just like coming through the bottom of the bathroom door that the girls are hiding in. I was just like, dude, like that has to be horrifying. Like if you're stuck in that situation where you're just like hiding under a desk or something and you know trying to stay away from the killer and all you see is blood from everyone just rushing to where you're like just chilling. Like that has to be crazy. I don't know. It just bothered me, but I get it. Like it's just human nature, but like human nature is always to run away, you know. But then like there's always situations where you can't run away, and it's just like your brain's still fixated on running away. And obviously that takes like proper training to be able to react in a sense. Like you need to be put in those types of situations because you don't really know what to do in those types of situations. But you know, I just still think it's like partial, like, dude, it just took one guy to be like, dude, let's rush this fucker. Like, even if I get stabbed, like, at least one of y'all could probably take him down and hold him down or something. Like, but, you know, somebody, I guess it's just not a sacrifice some people want to make, you know?
They don't want to do it. They'd rather all just die.
What are your dislikes? What didn't you, besides, I guess, the storyline itself, like, what else did you not like about the movie?
Kind of going blank right now. Like most of it's just being drowned out by the awesome kills in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of awesome kills in that movie, yeah.
Pretty sure I'll think of it later on after the stream's over, but I mean, otherwise, I guess another story that's, or just a Sally, her being thrown in there like towards the end of the movie and being killed off like a pointless spot. Otherwise, there's not really that many dislikes I have with it.
Well, I think what the problem was that like they wanted to do like the Sally origin story, like when they first started writing the screenplay, but then they also wanted to build this character of that girl who survived the school shooting, like to, you know, have her come out of her shell like a little bit later down, but they could tell, I guess it was like splitting, like it's like, look, we could either make Sally look like a badass or we can have this girl come out of her shell and like be a stronger person because of it. This lady's already old, so let's just kill her.
Oh, yeah, and then towards the end of the movie, whenever she gets Sally's hat, it goes kind of like a symbol. And she's the next main or next final girl. The torch has been passed on.
Yeah, that's kind of how I saw it too. Is that like, you know, basically like Sally was saying to her, I forgot her name. Do you remember her name?
No.
Oh, well. Like Sally was saying to that girl, like, if you don't go kill him now, he's gonna haunt you for the rest of your life. And you know, that's kind of what ended up happening was that she ended up leaving, and then, you know, that last kill that happened, now it's just like, okay, so she's the only survivor, and you know, definitely gonna have Sally vibes going on from here on in.
One thing about these movies, like with Leatherface, I mean, best thing to do would just be leave out of state or out of country, because mostly, I mean, I'm pretty sure most of these killers just stay in the same spot. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's one of those like, oh, you're my turf, I'm gonna kill you right here. And there, if I think about a killer that would follow you to just follow you, it would be like maybe Ghostface, because I mean it's usually played by two different people, and well, these other people are like they're like more don't really don't really follow you.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these killers are just like, oh, if you're there, you get killed. Or like besides Ghostface, I mean, like The Grudge, The Ring, any like supernatural stuff. Really, those are the things that will actually follow you.
Yeah, like
So when she made that comment, I was like, oh, well, it's not really necessarily true because Leatherface didn't necessarily go hunt down Sally. Sally's the one that had to come over here and find him. And when she just told him all that, like, oh, so you don't remember me, do you? It's like, nope.
sorry, Sally. No one remembers you.
Sad. Well, I mean, yeah. Too many years go by. With these characters, like, I don't know if you have like a big attachment to them. When you see horror icons like these guys, Leatherface, Michael Myers, and all them, are you on the side of rooting for them throughout the whole way, or you're one of those people that want to see the killer die?
I'm kind of in the middle usually. Like, I want them to die, but it needs to be in a badass way. If it's like a lame way, then I get kind of usually like, oh, that was a letdown. Because like when I was watching Halloween Kills, because like I didn't know that wasn't going to be the last one. You know, when they were all ganging up on Michael Myers and all trying to like kill him, and you pretty much thought he died in a sense. I was like, well, that was lame. Like they all ganged up on him and just kicked his ass. Like they didn't even like give him a chance. So it was so lame. But then when he got back up and like fucked up everyone else, like I was just like, oh, dude, that was fucking badass. Like I knew it was too lame to be true.
You gotta explode that guy. You ever seen Jason Gozell?
No.
No, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's gotta if they kill off Michael Myers or Leatherface, it's gotta be epic. Thinking about the like while we were talking about that the main final girl, like she's always surviving, but she's not. I mean, her sister's the one that initially did that cool ass move, the uppercut with the chainsaw. I was like, how come the person actually got, did something, didn't make it survive?
Yeah. Well, they built up the other girl too much, you know. They already told her backstory. They already showed she was a survivor, you know, that she was, doing a good job. Can you see my dog's nose? That there's going to be development. So if there's going to be a part 2, it's definitely going to have that girl in it, hopefully. Well, not hopefully, but like if they do, she's probably going to come back as like a badass who loves guns now or something.
Loves guns. Just get tattoos of guns.
My whole arms are guns.
2 tickets to the gun show right here in Texas. I mean, that was pretty much the majority of the movie. Did you come up with a tagline for this one?
I came up with a few taglines / slogans.
Slogans.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Guns are bad, okay?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 50 years too late.
Oh, it's close to mine. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's been 84 years.
Oh, 84 years.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Who brought the sexy butcher to the bus party? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Blood on the dance floor.
You're about to get canceled.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You're about to get canceled, bro. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Don't kill old ladies. And I have one last one, but I want you to, if you have another one.
Texas Massacre. Only the good die young. I don't know.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Don't use guns. Use chainsaws.
Use chainsaws and hammers.
Hammers. And that
So, I
was
mean,
all. That was all my slogans.
the slogans, the taglines, the
Tagline. Sorry, I forgot we changed that recently.
we did. How are we gonna damn this one's gonna be a tough one.
I mean, for recast, I put nothing there. I don't know who else would I think that could play this movie that probably hasn't already played this movie in the last 9 installments.
Bring back Matthew McConaughey.
Right. And then
Not bad.
and then how we would have ended it, I really enjoyed the ending of this movie. So I really don't have how I would have ended it because I kind of actually enjoyed the way it ended. I thought it was a really good ending.
Just her driving, her riding away in the autopilot car, auto driver.
Well, and the girl's head getting cut off and him holding it up, you know. I thought that, I don't know.
Like a trophy, and him just he does that like a recreation of the original ending of the first one, the dance he does.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say for how I would have ended it. I mean, I think it would have been cool if, you know, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you like really say it because obviously, whenever the killer doesn't die, it's because the director either has an idea that there's going to be a sequel, or they really just like that character. They don't want it to die. Like, you know, because I would have thought it'd be really cool if like she tried to like do the chainsaw and then like it like he like grabs it or something and like he can't really do nothing. She can't really do nothing. But then the other girl comes behind him and like kicks him and like then he flies into the water and, you know, dies. Like to give that girl the one that they were trying to develop the story, some kind of like final kill kind of like feeling, but you know, like you were saying before, like she didn't really do anything. Like, I mean, I think she got one shotgun shot in, and then the other girl came with the chainsaw afterwards. But like the shotgun shot didn't do shit to him. Like Dave Chappelle says, it's like a pepper spray. Gotta pepper him up a little. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I can't think of a good ending.
Could have redone everything where there were gun-loving people, and all they had was just handguns the whole time. They were just like
that scene where he throws the chainsaw at the car cracked me up. Just throws it, you know, he's like, I think he ends up like tripping or he gets hit by the car later on and he falls down.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh damn. That would have been a good feature for a 3D.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool how he kind of used like it was thinking, like throwing, like I need to throw the chainsaw to possibly, but like, you know, one of the things too that, you know, I think about, like there's safeties on those chainsaws, so like when you're not pulling the trigger, the chain's not spinning anymore. But you know, maybe he broke the safety. Maybe he can lock it now and it stays spinning even when he throws it. Yeah. I don't know.
But overall, I mean, this movie's not for every. It's not gonna be for every single person. Uh, but and I'd say just watch it. Not for the story, but mainly for the kills. There's a lot of awesome kills. I can get behind it. And his look was pretty good too. Even
Yeah,
though
it was
my
pretty good.
overall favorite look of design of Leatherface is from 2003.
Yeah, no, I mean it was pretty. I don't know. I like you said, like I enjoyed it for the kills. The storyline was a little weird, but again, it didn't really bother me because, well, one, I don't really watch I haven't really seen the other ones besides the ones I watched the review recently, and two, I mean, just in it for the kills, bro.
For kills. Well, I mean, a lot of people are, and for the kills. Usually
I don't know,
they want it right away.
I just think people were just being a little too harsh for it, but like I could see why, like because there are aspects of it that are kind of cheesy, but like overall, like for just a good thriller and just for a little bit of like gore action and stuff like that, like it was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Want to hear? I know Juan didn't really like the movie as much. So I was like wondering what his take would have been on.
Right, because his 4 out of 10 is what he rated it on his Facebook. So that would have been like a 2 out of 5 or 5 out of 2 out of 5. Yeah, 2 stars.
Yeah.
So like that's a pretty low rating in our standards.
I think a lot of the recent streams we've done together, he's been at a low rating.
He just has high standards, man.
I think his Candyman, the Candyman review, I think that was like one of the higher ratings.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Candyman movie. That one you said you really didn't like, right?
What, the new one? No, I mean, I liked it.
Oh, that hurts. You did? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I have all 4 of them right here. Can't get a shot.
There's so many movies, you can't get them in the shot.
Oh yeah. There's 4 movies. The second one, too much glare. The first one.
Dude, was the original actor in the new Candyman?
That's kind of a spoiler.
Okay. Well then, I guess we'll have to watch it and find out.
You have to watch and find out.
Oh, you know what movie recently came out that I'm gonna be watching this weekend? Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. It's on HBO Max and Disney Plus.
Huh.
I don't know why it's on Disney Plus and HBO Max, but it is.
I had saw it whenever it came to Redbox, I think. I liked it.
But yeah, it's a clamp.
A clamp.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful clamp.
Is that for your nipples?
Ow, that hurt. But anyway, yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was an okay movie. Like I said, if you're looking for a movie for just to watch something with some good kills and a thriller, then I think that's the movie for you, man. The new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Check it out on Netflix. I think it's a Netflix original, or at least Netflix
exclusive,
sponsored exclusive or something. Legendary was the movie studio, and they make a lot of good movies, through and Legendary. So, I mean, it wasn't going to be a horrible movie for sure. As soon as I saw Legendary, I was like, oh shit, okay, this is going to be like a pretty all right produced movie.
Legendary, and then it had a legend in it.
And it had a legend. But I think that's the end of the podcast, guys. My dog I think he needs to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
So, my name's Mr. Fuentes. I do rap music. You can check me out on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. I'm also, if you want to follow my streams, I'm trying to get more active with TikTok and stuff like that. And Facebook and Instagram, you can check those all out at Mr. Fuentes 361, Mr. Fuentes 361. Also, I'm going to start doing Twitch streams Thursday from 6 to 8 and Sunday from 6 to 8. So if you want to catch me doing some video game, right now I'm trying to play through Alice, American McGee's Alice. So if you want to check that out, we can. I think I'm going to split up to like 2 different days with 2 different types of games, but I haven't decided fully yet. So we'll figure that out. But tomorrow I'll be on starting at 6 p.m. And then Sunday I'll be on at 6 p.m. as well. So catch me, we can have a good conversation. That's another reason I kind of want to do this Twitch stuff because, some people just ask me like, what's going on, what I'm doing. I haven't dropped music in a while and there's kind of personal reasons for a lot of that, but I am trying to get working on it. But, it's a good way to have a conversation with people. People can ask questions and I can answer them and y'all can be entertained by me playing these games as well. So, it's a good way to catch up with what I'm doing in my life and what I'm trying to do. But yeah, catch me tomorrow, 6 p.m. on Twitch. My Twitch is a little different. I made it and I accidentally forgot the R in Mr. So it's M Fuentes 361. And it won't let me change it for 2 months. So for now, if y'all want to catch me on Twitch, it's going to be M Fuentes 361. But eventually it'll be Mr. Fuentes 361 as well. Once they let me change it again. But anyway, that's pretty much it for me. Off to this guy over here.
Off to me. You can follow me at the 4K Bad Guy on Instagram. Catch our next episode on UHD next Wednesday. Me and the real one, we're gonna tackle Nermoy.
What movie you're gonna tackle?
Ooh, I'm already forgetting the name of it. Something.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Violence.
to tell us the next movie.
But this movie that's with I believe directed by Jay Baruchel, and he also stars in it.
Which one is it? Ultraviolet? Is that what you said?
No, it's Active Violence something.
Active Violence.
The Active.
The Act of Violence.
Something like that. It's on Shudder.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay Baruchel made the movie.
Is that someone that's like cool or what?
He comes out in This Is the End. He comes out in he's a voice actor for How to Train Your Dragon, Million Dollar Baby. All right,
He's that guy with the really
guy.
dull voice, right? He like talks a little like this whenever he talks.
Talks. He's that guy. He's a skinny guy.
Yeah, the skinny guy from. Okay. This is the end. Okay, I know.
Yeah.
So he directs it.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm interested in that now.
But I think or follow our Instagram accounts. Friday the 14th podcast UHD. I think it's UHD or .UHD.
Is it plus UHD?
Or plus UHD. It should pop up. There's not really many Friday the 14th podcast accounts out there on Instagram. That's pretty much the stuff I want to plug in. As far as next movie, does that right still go to me? Or is that you? I think
so. I picked a movie if you didn't pick one, but one. But I didn't know, either because like you said, this wasn't really picked by you. So it's whatever you want to do.
I didn't shake anything on the as far as what's on streaming.
We're streaming.
I don't know. What's on streaming?
Nothing. Nothing's on streaming.
Nothing's on streaming. No free stuff.
There's always free stuff, man.
I'm like, what's a good movie to review? I don't know. I don't know at the moment.
No, that's fine. I mean, we can post it on the Facebook. To be announced soon what the next movie we're going to review is.
Yeah. All right, guys. Right, folks. Always been the bad guy. Catch y'all later.
Peace.